Good morning, friends. We are coming off the back of a long weekend, which means we've had an extra day's worth of sales. We started this week off absolutely great, and then on Friday we had absolutely zero sales. Weekend picked back up, and I want to get into why we think that happened at the end of the video, and I'd love to get your thoughts and see if this has also happened to you guys. But first, let's get into the 15 items that we sold this weekend. Hello. Okay, first up we have sunglasses that we got forever ago for free in council cleanup. I think it was August 2023 that we picked these up, and we used to sell them at the markets when we had them. And we've only got 2 left now. So these ones, they're like little purple, I'm pretty sure Polaroid. Yeah, Polaroid branded sunglasses have gone on to sell for $25, but free postage. I just want to get these ones gone, so I was happy to do that because this won't cost too much to ship, hopefully. Next up, we have an NES game from our first original gaming bundle buy. This one has gone on to sell for 20 plus posts. It does have a little bit of condition issues. We probably could have charged a little bit more for it, but because it's got this, we were able to just get rid of it. It was also, I'm pretty sure, sent on a discount offer, but again, some of this stuff just happy to clear when we can. And speaking of condition issues, this one here is obviously got severe label damage, but has still managed to go on to sell for $24.99 plus postage. This one I had been using as one of our testing games. It's very weird. It's like a role-playing in a mansion thing, and I was actually kind of struggling to play it because I got distracted when testing it. But I also thought it was really cool. It has a gold back label. But this one I had to pull from our testing station. But still, I'm glad this one has gone on to sell. I just have to find a new game now to use to test. Next up, a consignment piece to keep the games going on. No, that doesn't make sense.
She's walking backwards. It's in reverse.
Keep the games rolling out the door for sales. We have this consignment piece. This one is from my friend. So no money into free money is always good money. I don't think that even makes sense. Anywho, this has gone on to sell for 30 plus postage. And we asked you guys last week to help us sell some Mills and Boon, and we've got some more going out the door. We have number 60, which will be here, I believe. Is that correct? Oh wait, no, wrong one. Start again. It's number 9.
Because it's on SKU 60.
Yes.
So 9 is there.
Number 9.
Behind, maybe.
Okay, we have to scoot all of these ones across. What? Jeepers, these are heavy. Oh, and of course it's at the bottom.
There he is.
This one has gone on to sell for, I believe, $39 free postage. $39.99 free postage. Please keep buying some more because I would love to get these 3 shelves back because we do have a new consignment friend that we are taking on, and I would love to use this space for their stuff. So please keep buying some Mills and Boon. Okay, next one. You guys might remember I got this at the markets, paid $2 for this Bop It and another one, and this one has finally gone on to sell for $34.99 plus postage. Bop.
I was trying to get you to turn the recording off.
This is also from our first gaming bundle buy, so really nice to see these sales come in now because it is pure prof, anything that we sell from this point onwards from that purchase. So we have Super Mario World. This bad boy has gone on to sell for $49.99 plus postage. Next up, we have this Sleesh set. So this is, I'm pretty sure brand new in box, but just the box itself had been opened. Yeah, so that's all sealed. We got this at our favorite Gordon Church sale. We only paid, I believe, $1 or two for it. And this has now gone on to sell for $59.99 plus postage. Did take a little bit longer than I thought to sell, but I'm glad that it sold for such a high price considering what we paid for it. I'm ready. This one. Look how fast it's gone on to sell, Matthew. This is a brand new in box sealed Lego thing. It's got like interaction with your phone. It's called Video. This, we managed to pick up 3 of them at a local retirement village op shop. Each of those cost $8, and this one has gone on to sell for 60 plus posts. So we have 2 more, but that in itself has already paid for all 3 of them, which is an absolute steal. They did have another version of this which had like a unicorn on it, which didn't sell for anywhere near as much. So I just picked up these like dragon looking ones because I believe that they're discontinued. But still really cool, something to definitely keep your eye out for if you're seeing this out in the wild. This is something that I had sitting in my, I don't want to say death pile, I'm going to say stock holding area for a little bit. The only reason is because it is not a complete set of books. We were thinking about possibly trying to find the rest of it, but I have been in my cull, clean it, list it as everything is phase at the moment. And it turns out I probably should have done this sooner. So these down here, this book series has gone on to sell for $60 plus $12.50 postage. We only paid $5 for all of them, and I believe we're missing maybe like 2 of the books in the series. But still, the fact that we were able to sell all of that for $60, I'm very happy. I should have just done it sooner because the likelihood that we were actually going to come across those missing books, very unlikely. So sometimes you just got to list it as is, and it turns out they still go on to sell. Another consignment piece for the week. This, is this one in here, which you cannot see, but it is a 1977 Silver Jubilee coin set. It's actually just got our normal like Australian coins in it, but it's like a proof limited edition, like they were never used sort of collectors.
Uncirculated.
Uncirculated, that's the term. That's what these are. And this one alone has gone on to sell for $70 plus postage. We've already sold a few of these, so I'm glad to see that. Again, these were something that was sitting to the side for a while I was focusing on other things, and I got around to listing it, and they're actually just flying off the shelf. Keeping on the consignment train, this handbag, brand new with tags, originally it cost $130, has gone on to sell for $76.50 plus postage. This one again has been sitting around for a little bit, and then I just accepted an offer on it just to get it moving, but still 76 is like a good amount for a bag like this that I feel is very certain generational of people that would like it. I'm pretty sure it was my friend's grandma's bag, so you get the vibe.
What the hell was that, you weirdo? Leave that in.
Coming in at number 3 is an item from our first gaming buy as well. This good old Game Boy Pocket. You might recall this is one of the items that wasn't listed in our store when I did the stock take, but it was sitting in our store. So quickly took new photos, listed this one up, and we did accept an offer on it, but it has gone on to sell for $90 plus postage.
BTS.
On the pile. If you guys follow the channel, you might remember some footage a while back that we went to a sale, I tried on some boots, and then it just froze. Well, one of the items that we did pick up from that sale was this Diesel watch. This one we only paid $5 for, and it has gone on to sell for $90 plus postage. And number 1 is something that I had been putting off for a while because you guys know I don't like board games. I don't like counting the pieces. I don't like having to worry about all of that stuff. So this has been sitting again in our stock storage space for a while. And you know what? I should have just listed it, guys. This is the message you all need. Just do it, because Hero Quest. This one we picked up, I'm pretty sure, off like a free marketplace listing. They're like, just got all this stuff out the front for free, come grab. Did a little research into it, and this one actually sells for some decent money. But because unfortunately it is incomplete, I did go through the pieces, we still managed to sell it for $114 plus postage. This box has seen better days. It's been taped, but it does, I'm pretty sure, have most of like the cards and stuff. I think there's only like one piece missing. But still, that is a really nice turnaround for something that is incomplete. Imagine how much we could have gotten if it was. But guys, this is your message. Go through your pile of things you've been putting off. Start the new financial year with a store full of all of the things that you have just been putting to the side, because trust me, if they ain't listed, they ain't gonna sell.
Right, guys. So,
So that was everything that we managed to sell this weekend. Now, what I did want to talk about is in terms of our store. So basically, last week, if you guys saw our What Sold, we are coming off like a $2,000 week of sales. Everything is just flying off the shelves. Our days are averaging between like $300 to $500 in sales. And we were so excited to see that that continued for the first half of this week. Then, come Thursday, we had a return request come through. This one was for a signet ring that we sold. It was a gold and silver toned ring with a stone in it, possibly diamond, possibly zirconia, like we didn't know. We wrote in the listing, unsure if genuine metals and stone, sold as is. Naturally, if the ring was actually gold and silver and a diamond, you would expect it to sell for more than $60, including postage. But of course, when the person got it home, they complained that it was fake, it was dirty, we were liars, and all of this sort of stuff. So they instantly put in a return as a item faulty one, which I thought was also quite funny because a ring is not faulty in that sense. They should have done it under the item not as described. But anyways, that is me nitpicking. And instantly, they put in negative feedback on our store. We had been doing so well. We were at 100% positive feedback for ages because we'd been waiting for one negative, again, a false negative that we had gotten about a year ago now about a Pokemon card being fake. It wasn't. Trust us. We know if Pokemon cards are fake or not. And the person never asked for a return and everything else. So we think they realized that they were wrong. But the problem is, because they left that negative feedback, it was their experience. eBay couldn't remove it. You have to wait 12 months for that to completely leave your store. So that finally left our store. We were finally back on 100% positive feedback. And then this one came through. Instantly, that was on, what was it, Thursday afternoon that came through. Friday, we had a donut day. Instantly. The whole week, we had been tracking $300 to $500 of sales per day. And then as soon as this negative feedback came through and landed on our store, the very next day, 0 sales. Guys, please tell me if this is a coincidence. I don't think it is. And from what I've seen from other sellers and their experiences, it seems that if you get negative feedback, you get punished on your store. The exact same thing happened when we had the Pokemon card. Our sales dropped. Obviously, we weren't doing as many sales then, so it could have just been a lull in our sales. But because we've been on fire, I just don't see how it's not related. So what did I do? Yes, it was a long weekend, but that wasn't going to stop me. I replied to the feedback and said, like, as per mentioned in the listing, you didn't read it essentially. And then I sat on it for a while. I'm like, hang on. They're calling out something that's fake when it clearly says in the listing that it is unsure. So I went to eBay and reported the feedback to get it removed. What they've done now, which I feel like is a bit interesting, and I'm actually going to talk to eBay this afternoon to see what their thoughts are on it, but they've just removed the comment because they agreed that it didn't go by their policies in terms of leaving the negative feedback, but they left the negative rating on our store. So it just has their name, negative rating, but nothing in the comments. I also don't know if this is better or worse because they've also removed our reply to it. So now there's just negative feedback sitting on our store without any context. I don't know, guys, let me know if you think that that's better or worse or a bit weird. I'm going to see what they say about it when I go to them, because obviously they thought that the feedback itself was incorrect enough to remove it, but not enough to remove the rating. But we've also had negative ratings like completely taken off our store before. But regardless, as soon as they removed that feedback, guess who had 2 instant sales come through within like an hour or 2 after that was gone? So tell me that's not related. I don't know. But let me know if you've had any experience with this sort of stuff, or if you actually know how the eBay policies and rules around all of that work, and if it is also worth trying to get that negative rating removed as well, because right now we're sitting at, 99.8%. And to me, like, I know that that's still a really good rating for a store, considering what we sell secondhand goods. You're always going to get people who misread the listings and all of that jazz. And if there is a problem, we genuinely own it and we refund people and do all of that. So to get 100% does feel really good. So I'm really annoyed that that's been taken away from us again. But let me know, guys. Am I crazy? Is it related? If it's happened to you, share your stories, please. I also am going to quickly show you what I did buy on the weekend. Because it was a long weekend, I decided I wasn't officially working. But if there are garage sales, I'm still going to hit them up. I just didn't record it, and I did actually get some really nice goodies. So let's go look at what they are. So this is the haul that I had this amazing long weekend. So to start off, we got a whole bunch of vintage toys, a vintage Von Dutch looking hat. I mean, the P Nation bag is definitely not vintage, but it is cool. Look at these Teletubbies, they're so cool. And then like a whole bunch of little toys. We got Bob the Builder. We got a whole bunch of like action men and different like wrestlers and stuff, like accessories, Transformers. There's definitely a lot of, I pulled off his head. A lot of like Ninja Turtle stuff, all quite old, generally early 2000s or 90s. I'll have to sift through these a bit more and probably make some bundle lots, or possibly this could be really good for when we're finally allowed on Whatnot. Whatnot, if you're hearing me, please change this so I can sell all of this sort of stuff on there, which would be really cool. Then also at another sale, excuse these for a second, we did get a whole bunch of Sims games. I know they're not worth a whole lot, but they were 50 cents each. In total, it came up to like $7.50. Let me know if that was a good deal or a bad deal, or if it's worth it. I'm just going to try and sell them as a bundle lot. Hooly Doolies, honestly, my favorite. We also recently had picked up a plush of this Doodat lady. I can't remember if that was her exact name or not, but that went on to sell really well. I thought a nice little old VHS. And then also, look, you can see it is signed. Unfortunately, it does have the person's name on it, but the fact that it is signed from a few of the Hooly Doolies, the 3 of the Hooly Doolies, obviously not the characters, that is really cool as well. And the actual VHS didn't have any mold on it, which is always a really good thing to look for. I haven't done any comp research. I bet you it's probably not worth a whole lot, but that was just too much of a nostalgic piece for me to not grab it. Also got a Ryobi drill. I haven't tested this one yet, but it did come with 2 batteries. That one was only $20, so not too bad. Also at the same sale, we got these, a nice Panasonic VHS player, then 2 Blu-ray DVD players. All of them came with all the cables and their controllers, so that'll make it really easy when testing. Those were $5 each. Again, I just took a bit of a gamble on it because we generally know that these work and sell for more than that for us, so that is fine. But the really cool find of the day was this PlayStation 3 Slim. It was only $2. $2, friends. Really cool. I mean, it might not work. Looking at the condition, fingers crossed, we'll just have to find the right cables and controllers for it. Then they also had these games with it. They were $1 each. I mean, none of them were worth a whole lot, but I thought I'm just grabbing it all. May as well. What did annoy me about this garage sale was they had it advertised, they had it listed up. I had specifically asked them, like, can you tell me if these consoles are for sale? Because I had a picture of furniture and there was some PlayStation, like there was a PlayStation 4 and a fat PS3 there. And I was like, oh, are these for sale as well? They were like, oh yeah, like we're still deciding on the price and what games to include with it, yada, 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 but we'll let you know. And I'm like, that's cool. That was on Tuesday. Hadn't heard back from them. I messaged them on Friday being like, oh, hey, just checking if you'd had any thoughts
about your consoles and the prices. Trying not to be pushy, but I'm also very much aware that if I'm not getting there straight away, I definitely tend to miss out on this other stuff, and I know people do this as well, so I don't want to be annoying, but I'm also aware of the game that you sort of have to play in this industry. And they didn't reply. This garage sale started at 8:30. No, 7:30? It was very early. No, this one was 8:30. This one started at 8:30, and I rocked up at probably like 8:20. I walked in and I was like, oh, hey, I was the girl that was asking about the consoles. And they go, oh yeah, someone came in earlier and took them all. It's all gone. And I was like, oh, cool. Bit weird, but I guess they obviously owe you nothing. Just, I hate the idea that you have to, like, how early do you have to get there for it to be worth getting there to get the consoles and not be super annoying. Anywho, I still managed to find that one hiding underneath the table, so it was a really good deal. That garage sale we ended up spending a nice even $50 at. Couldn't complain. All of the vintage toys, they said just give us $10 for it, and I said no, I'll at least give you a $20 because I did have a $20 note on me, and I think by far we got a really good deal. Now these Game Boys here. So, bit of an interesting one. We got these two at a local cash traders. If you guys don't know what that is, it's sort of like a pawn shop where you can take your things in, you can buy, sell, or loan essentially to get some cash. We know the guy that runs this store, so he generally does give us a bit of a discount when we buy stuff from him. He is also a reseller. We became friends with him when we used to do the Manly markets because he also used to do that. He then bought this store, and so we sort of stayed in touch a bit with him. He said that these literally came in and he put them on the shelves this morning when we went to go get these, and he had them priced at 120 and 150. This one was a little bit less because you can, I don't know how well you can see this, but there's a bit of screen burn, but when it's in there, you can't tell at all. They're both test and working, but the good thing about cash traders is you do have a warranty in return, so if it doesn't work, you can take it back. But the real reason we bought these, because yes, the prices were high, they did have 20% off on their games, but he did end up doing 100 for each. Reason that we got them is we do have a friend who's looking for a Game Boy Color, and we sent him these and he's like, oh yeah, I'd be interested in one of those, or possibly the Pikachu one that we have on our store, which is obviously a bit more. So we're like, you know what, we won't make a whole lot on this, but we will grab them because we could probably, if he buys say like this one for 100, like we'll just ask it for the price that we got it because he is our friend. But if we sell this one for 150, 160, maybe pair it with a game to make it a bit nicer, then at least we're still making a slight profit on that. But just because the two were there, and it made it easier to go like, oh, 100 each, deal done. That's why we did that. But I generally probably would not recommend buying these for 100 each because you're not going to be able to sell it for too much more than that. And I think the problem is with these cash traders, not necessarily a problem, but because he is a reseller and he does eBay, and Cash Traders actually has their own eBay store as well, a lot of the stuff are priced to eBay prices, or he knows their value. So if something like if a video game is priced at $6, you know it's not going to be selling for too much more than that. They're definitely the low end stuff, and then the high end stuff he has priced up accordingly as well. I think the eBay prices are obviously slightly a bit higher to cover the fees that obviously come with eBay rather than the fees that he has to pay in store when he sells there. We've sold some golf clubs, he's done some good deals on golf clubs for us as well. So we just need to sort of find the space that works well for both of us, because he can flip video games so easily that that's something that he doesn't necessarily need to reduce that much to move it. And so he'd rather just get more money, which is fair enough. But it was still a very lovely and busy long weekend. I definitely need a bit more of a rest now, but that is okay. I'll pack everything that we just picked, and then I need to do some of the consignment work. Stay tuned, guys. I'll definitely talk more about it in the next video and what that deal is, because it is actually something really cool and something that I'm really excited about, and possibly it will create a long-term relationship that will be really beneficial to us. So stay tuned for an update on that. Let us know how your weekend went in terms of sales and garage sales or markets, if you did any of those, because it was the long weekend. And as per always, we will catch you on the next one. Bye!